Hello everyone, this is Abigail Barella with Sparkle and Shine Guidance. We have to talk about the astrology this week. We'll give an overview and then I'm going to go into details, okay? So the first thing as an overview for this week is anything that you have been avoiding within your deeper well of consciousness, your subconscious, your superconscious, all of the consciences are coming out to play this week. And if you don't listen to those pieces of yourself that you've been trying to shove under the rug, that you've been trying to avoid, it's just not going to go well this week. So this is a really good week to do the deeper work, to, set some time aside for that deeper introspection, all of those things. Work with a provider of some sort that can work with your unconscious or subconscious mind. But likely, you know the things that have been coming up. You know the areas that you've been avoiding. You know some of the shadowy bits that need to be worked with, okay? And as another overview, I will say that the majority of humans, if you're raised in quote unquote normalized culture of normalized schooling and things like that, you have been trained to be subservient and a people pleaser, right? And so there are certain things where your training in this area is working against you right now. And right now you're seeing all of that and recognizing where being nice hasn't gotten you to very good places. So this is specifically true for more people that have more water within their chart and more feminine within them. This chart here is for the new moon that's happening on November 19th. It's happening at 10:46 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're on the East Coast, it moves into the next day. Look at all that water. We have Venus, Black Moon Lilith, the Moon, the Sun, Mercury, all in Scorpio. We have so much Pisces energy happening. We have Saturn, we have Neptune, we have the North Node. And then we have that Jupiter in Cancer and Mercury's retrograde. And this is actually the inferior conjunction, the Cazimi. Mercury's conjuncting the Sun. We will have ahas about where this Mercury retrograde has been trying to lead us, what themes, what ideas might be coming up for you. So you really want to know where this is in your natal chart. What house is it in? What placements do you have there? Or what, relationship does it make to other points in your chart? Because that's going to really give you a lot of understanding about what's been trying to come up from the conscious and really for you to work with. And this is especially true because Black Moon Lilith will not allow you to submit to forces or things that are not within truth and resonance and raw power. And you have raw power, and many of us have been trained to not be in that raw power. So this is a week for really stepping into your raw power. We have this new moon in Scorpio at the end of Scorpio season, at the end of this time period where we've been working with this Mercury retrograde. We're going to continue to work with this Mercury retrograde. And that makes it a really powerful time to understand and work within your own internal landscape around power, themes of power, themes of, we think of Scorpio with the ice, where you've been isolating, where you've isolated yourself from maybe situations or people that need a healing or need some communication. Mercury does not really like being in Scorpio. And in this time period, we're getting to see all of our hangups around communication, especially if you have water Mercury or a Scorpio Mercury, more of a psychic energy, which actually can get in the way of communication. Back to this Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces situation, because I don't know if y'all remember, but right now, Saturn and Jupiter are exactly trine. And in 2020, December 21st of 2020 was the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, okay? What does this mean? this conjunction happens every 20 years. So when they are trining like this, they're forming some ease. And so whatever themes were coming up for you around that time, this might be where you find a little bit of ease or more understanding, more intuition about the things that were coming up for you then. I can think of things that were coming up for me at that time. It was a very potent time. And hopefully you can do the same, or you can look back at some of your writing around that time, because there's some communication happening. It's a social, Jupiter and Saturn are both social planets. And so we think about dynamics within the social structures and things that might be coming through for you around this time, okay? And this is going to continue to be true as Mercury is our processing, creates that grand trine later this week. So there's a lot. Okay, Uranus in Taurus is also opposing this new moon. And Uranus in Taurus, y'all, Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. It dipped out, went into Gemini. I thought we were going to be done with people eating food online, with that being popular, with hearing people's sounds of eating online. But no, we're back. And Uranus in Taurus here at the end bit is having us do that final work of stabilizing, of understanding where you had to destabilize, where things had to get shaken up. I mean, I remember when I did that recording in 2018 for this whole transit of Uranus and Taurus, and I had no idea what was coming down the pipelines. Neither did you probably. Some people maybe did, but we didn't. And a lot has changed around money, food, the ways we find comfort. Like, a lot of things have changed. And now we're in that last little bit of understanding kind of this process with this new moon. Where do you want to go for the next 6 months? Because Uranus is in Taurus until April 25th of 2026. This is a little bit of time that we have here for this last little bit. If you have planets or placements at the end degrees of the fixed signs, you're going to be feeling this. The fixed signs, we've been through some things. We're going to continue to be going through some things here until April. And there's a lot of potential for, Uranus is that jolt energy. There's a lot of like jolting. And so with that comes, this energy to change and move things forward, especially for fixed signs. So if you're feeling that, move with that. Don't resist that, because that stubbornness that fixed signs have is not going to work for you for what's coming next. Okay. Now, this Uranus opposition, any opposition that we have with a new moon, is going to give it a little bit more of a zing than a typical new moon. So you might be feeling that. This is probably one of the biggest new moons collectively, not just the new moon, but like what's happening now astrologically is so important. I would say that there's a lot trying to align for you. There's a lot trying to work its way out and in, and I just highly recommend creating this space in your life to do that work, to work with people that are going to help you do that work, because we won't get an opportunity like this for a while. And so with all of this water, again, it's intuitive, it's psychic, it's emotive, and don't let your emotions get in your way, but you can use your emotions to anchor in new realities. You can use your emotions to draw things towards you. Last night I had this dream that there was like this raft thing, and you had to imagine that you were already had the thing. This is very much like a manifestation thing. Like it was already here, and then the raft would magically like take you there. But if you were in the idea of like, I want, or I need, or I don't have this thing, then the raft wouldn't move. It would only move if you imagined that you already had the thing. It's pretty cool. So I think that's a sign for this week. Use your emotions for your benefit, not to work against you. If you want to work together, I have this amazing offering that I'm doing till December 2nd, where if you book with me, it's a BOGO, so you get either a gift certificate to gift to someone else for the gifting season, or you can get a year ahead reading for yourself for next year. And those are always so potent because they look at your astrology, they look at your tarot for 2026, and it's really helpful. So if you're interested in that, reach out, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Take good care of your consciousness this week. Take good care of your body this week. Drink lots of water, and wishing you the best.